mid-range jumper for the last buzzer beater.
Ooh! 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 Look how you pulled that. Hondo back with another video. Hey, today, I learned a lot from the last video, but you know what I'm saying. I wanna dig deeper into Wizards Jordan. I want to see like how good was Jordan for real, coming back at the age of what 39, 40. How good was he? Let me know. But before we get into the video, you know what I'm saying, subscribe to me if you're new. Comment what y'all want to see, man. I'm trying to get some good ideas, trying to see what y'all like. We on the road to 1K, bro. We on the road to 1K. Like the video. And without further ado, let's get into it.
The Last Dance was one of the hottest documentaries this year, even though the real Last Dance of Michael Jordan happened 5 years after the story in the doc. In 2001, Jordan unretired for the second time and suited up in a blue Wizards jersey. Some people say that his 2 Wizards years tarnished his legacy, and some praised MJ even more. So what's the real truth?
Hold on, before we get into the real truth, I ain't gonna say it tarnished his career, his legacy, but we gotta praise him for doing that, man. You know what I'm saying? This is his second time coming out of retirement, and he's an older guy at that. Joining a team that wasn't doing too good. Like, we gotta understand where he's coming from, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to get back to basketball. And to be honest, I feel like it was a good choice for him. After all the injuries and stuff, I mean, I'm pretty sure he think about it like, dang, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy I did that, you know what I'm saying? It was a good experience for him.
And how good was Jordan in Washington? Was he really washed? Or did he prove once more that he's the GOAT? Watch the rest of the video to find out. After the Last Dance. In 1998, MJ and Phil Jackson went to the karaoke bar, and Jordan chose The Careless Whisper by George Michael and sang, "I'm never gonna dance again, the way I danced with you," looking gently in Phil's direction. Okay, I totally made that up, but Jordan indeed said that he wouldn't be playing unless it's for Phil Jackson, since the Bulls GM Jerry Krause didn't want to re-sign Phil, and Scottie Pippen wanted to get his first massive paycheck. The Bulls fell apart, and MJ
he messed up the whole thing they got going on, bro. Bro, why? First of all, Scottie Pippen deserved more money. He showed and proved to y'all he deserved more. And bro, your best player in NBA history want his coach back for a reason, bro. For a reason. He knew what he was capable of. Come on, bro. You gotta listen. Sometimes y'all gotta listen to the players, bro. You the owner, you do whatever you gotta do with the team, but listen to the players, bro. They voice matters, bro. Come on, let's get to it.
Fulfilled his promise and retired for the second time. And then in January of 2000, Michael came back to the NBA, but he didn't wear a jersey. Instead, he slipped into a suit and tie as a minority owner and president of basketball operations for the Washington Wizards. The team was bad and finished that year with a 29-53 record. And they got even worse next year with 10 wins less. But there was hope on the horizon. They got the #1 pick. MJ had the chance to get a blue chip prospect, and he famously opted for Kwame Brown, the #1 high school player in the country. Jordan saw something in Kwame, and he believed he is the cornerstone that will immediately turn the Wizards into a winning ball club. Also, he knew a guy pretty good at basketball, a guy who was on the floor with the team at every practice, and who was itching to make another comeback. It's an itch that still needs to be scratched, and I want to make sure this itch doesn't bother me for the rest of my life. I'm just going to play the game of basketball that I love. It's not about the money. Indeed, it wasn't a...
Hey, coming from the suit and tie and getting back into that jersey, hey, that was the Last Dance for real. That's crazy. That's crazy.
About the money. Jordan the GM gave Jordan the player the smallest salary on the Wizards, and MJ gave all of it to the victims of the 9/11 terrorist attack. It really was just about the game for him. And because of that competitive fire that never ceased to burn, and that voice in the head who kept telling him he is still better than the young guys who took over the league from him. How good were the Wizards? The Wizards had a young Richard Hamilton, who was in his 3rd year, and who was turning to be one of the most promising shooting guards in the league. And that was about it when it comes to quality players with potential. The rest were either older veterans on their way out, or young role players. Of course, there was also Kwame Brown, who, by the time the season started, was already crushed by Jordan, who insulted him at any chance he got. Jordan never changed his ways, And just like he trash-talked all of his opponents, teammates, and Jerry Krause, he was maybe even worse to Kwame. The 19-year-old kid couldn't take it, and he played with zero confidence and was basically unusable on the court. Nope.
As a #1 pick, though, Jordan had faith in you. Oh, man. That's not a good look, bro. It's not a good look.
Nobody on the team averaged more than 10 points that year, other than Rip Hamilton and Jordan. The Wizards were the same team that won 19 games the year prior, plus Jordan and Kwame. MJ thought it would be enough to be competitive, but he overstated his team and himself. Return of the Mac. Before the season, Jordan was working tirelessly to get himself in shape. He trained every day with his personal trainer, Tim Grover, and held private training camps with various NBA players to get himself in game shape. So, when the season started, Jordan wasn't rusty. In the first 2 weeks of the season, Jordan scored over 30 in 4 of his 8 games.
Of course he wasn't rusty. It's Jordan. It's still with him. He could probably get it back out there, to be honest with you. Let me stop playing. But, man, it's Jordan, bro. He ain't lose it. He ain't lose it. He been doing it for years. He ain't lose it.
In the 9th, he poured 44 on the Jazz, picking up right where he left off in 1998. After the first 10 games, he averaged 27.4 points, 6.3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals.
See, that's good. That's good. Coming back, that's amazing. That's amazing. I don't see nobody coming out of retirement twice doing this, bro.
It seemed like he had never left, as his stats were virtually the same to the 1998 regular season. He was in the MVP race and made it easy for the world to fall in love with him once again.
He said the stats was similar. The 98 season? Oh, he might have had a chance. Hey, because that 98 season was vicious, boy. When I seen that, I said, he ain't playing. He ain't playing with nobody.
However, his play wasn't reflected in the team record, as the Wizards only notched 2 games in the win column. They started the season 5-12 and were at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. Also, Jordan's stellar play at the beginning of the season wasn't sustainable at the age of 38. He was still Michael Jordan, but he wasn't Air Jordan anymore, or at least not all the time. And even though his totals were still looking good, Mike became an inefficient volume scorer on a bad team. He shot 40% in those first 17 games, a landslide from his career average of 50%. MJ was still fundamentally sound. He could still see every play, and he was still 6'6", strong and confident, but he didn't have the same speed, and he didn't have the legs under him to shoot efficiently. But if you know anything about Jordan, you know that he hates losing more than anything.
I ain't gonna lie, he's still gonna shoot it though. He's still gonna shoot it though. 40% from 50%. That is a significant drop though. But you know, Jordan still had that confidence. He still want the ball, so that's what he used to. That's what he gonna do.
For those 17 games and a 5-12 record, the Wizards won 9 in a row. Then they lost a couple, and in the second of those 2 losses, MJ had the worst game of his career. In 25 minutes on the floor, he shot 2 out of 10 and finished the game with 6 points, which snapped his record 866 game streak of double-figure scoring, and the media went ballistic.
I bet 6 points for Jordan? Hey, somebody told me, yeah, bro, Jordan just finished the game with 6 points. I would, no. It's time for him to retire. This is his last game, bro. He not feeling too good, bro. Something wrong. 6 points for Michael Jordan, bro. Something is wrong.
After the game, Jordan was down on himself. On the bus ride from the arena, he sat next to Doug Collins, whom he hired to be the coach, and asked him, "Do you think I can still play?" Collins said, "Yeah, of course. I only took you out because we were down by 25 in the 4th and wanted to keep you fresh for the next game." MJ was satisfied and said he did the right thing, but he needed the confirmation and the assurance that his coach still believed in his abilities. 2 nights later, he responded in a big way. He scored the first 3 times he had the ball, and he finished the game with 51 points, going 21 for 38 from the field.
Hey, 51? Oh yeah. He had to. I ain't gonna lie. After a 6-point game, you gotta show out. You gotta show out. People still calling your name. People want to still see you. Oh yeah. We gotta show out, buddy.
He was the oldest player ever to score 50 in an NBA game. He followed that up with a 45-point, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 3-steal effort against the New Jersey Nets, including scoring 22 points in a row during one stretch.
Oh, damn! 22 points? Oh, yeah. Yeah, like I said before, bro, you got to show out now. It's your time to shine, buddy. 22 points straight. Oh, my, they couldn't stop him, bro.
In the game against the Cavaliers, the Wizards were down by a point with 1.6 seconds left. Michael then hit a mid-range jumper for the last buzzer beater.
Oh! Ooh! Ooh! Look how you pulled that. Look.
With 1.6 seconds left.
1.6. 1.6. Oh my goodness, bro. Look, I mean, bro playing good defense from this angle. You know what I'm saying? But it's Jordan. You gotta put somebody else on him, bro. You know what Jordan do the last couple of seconds of the game. Last couple of seconds, you know he gonna make it, bro.
Michael then hit a mid-range jumper for the last buzzer beater of his career. In a game against his former club, after enduring Ron Mercer's trash talk and having his jumper blocked, he responded by pinning Mercer's layup against the backboard with 2 hands.
Bro. He's still a good defender. He ain't lost it. What is y'all talking about, man? This Wizards Jordan is crazy. Man, imagine if he was on a better team. Come on now.
And trash-talking him on the way back up the court. It was a game-winning play, and one of the most spectacular blocks by Jordan, or anyone for that matter. It was even more impressive that it was done by a 39-year-old who spent his last 3 years playing golf, drinking, and smoking cigars. By the end of the season, Jordan notched back-to-back 40-point games, but also 4 more games where he failed to reach double figures. And that's where the answer lies about Jordan's time with the Wizards. Yeah, he could still play, and yes, he could still be dominant, but it wasn't the kind of dominance we grew accustomed to, and it didn't happen every game. Jordan finished the year early due to a knee injury that required surgery, and the Wizards didn't make the playoffs with a 37-45 record. MJ played 60 games in the 2001-02 season, and he averaged 23 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 5.2 assists.
It was pretty close though, but since Jordan had that surgery, I don't think he probably would have came back in time. Yeah, they probably would have got whooped that first round. That was pretty close.
Those numbers look great in a vacuum, but when you look at Jordan's efficiency, you can quickly tell he didn't have an overly successful season. Jordan took 22 shots per game, far more than he should have for a player shooting 41% from the floor and 19% from 3. He was second to last in effective field goal percentage out of all players who qualified for the stat, and 169th out of 177 qualified for true scoring percentage.
Ooh. Okay. So you can't judge a book by its cover, obviously. I mean, it looked good. Like from seeing he scored 40 points, 10 rebounds, but behind the scenes on them papers, hey, you gotta tighten up. This percent ain't looking too good. Man, he was last for real. He was on the bottom of the list as far as efficiency go. Hey.
The real last dance. In the offseason, Jordan the GM wanted to help Jordan the player. He traded the best young player on the team, Rip Hamilton, for a more experienced Jerry Stackhouse.
Okay.
Trading away.
Okay. Hey. This is off Jordan real quick. Cause you know I'm from Detroit, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta represent Pistons. That was a beautiful trade because he ended up getting a ring. Just saying.
Hamilton was a mistake, and Jordan once again proved his short-sightedness in making decisions. The team wasn't that much better, and the season went pretty much the same as the last. Jordan, who was a year older and was battling a lingering knee injury, still had some juice left, but he had to squeeze really hard to get a full cup, and it didn't happen all the time. He scored over 43 times, becoming the first 40-year-old to score over 40 in an NBA game. He also had 7 more games where he failed to score 10 points. His defense wasn't at the level it once was, and numerous players took the opportunity to put up numbers against Jordan, something that was unimaginable in previous years.
Ooh, you can see how you moving. Ooh, that at the age of 40, you gotta. It's time, bro. It's time, bro. It's getting close. Getting close to the end, unfortunately, man. And Jordan, yeah, he ain't moved the same. I mean, he got hurt. In the last video, Ron Artest almost killed him. Breaking, he said, what, both of his rib cages? Like, come on, bro.
Kobe dropped 55 on him after Jordan taunted him that he could wear the shoes, but could never fill them. Michael was more rational.
Pass the torch. Respect, bro. Pass the torch. And as Kobe did, as everybody know about Kobe, man. Like, we ain't gotta talk about it, but he definitely passed the torch. I respect it.
With his shots in the second year and shot 44% from the floor, and it was enough for 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 3.8 assists for the season. Jordan played in all 82 games, but once again, the team went 37-45 and didn't make the playoffs. The highlight of the year was definitely the All-Star game, where MJ was selected as a reserve after he rejected the offer from Allen Iverson and Tracy McGrady to take their starting spots. He ultimately accepted it from Vince Carter. At halftime, Mariah Carey performed a special tribute to him, donning dresses of both his rookie year Bulls jersey and his final year Wizards jersey.
I ain't gonna, it's only right, bro. This Jordan last year is only right that he, you know what I'm saying, that y'all give him the spotlight, man. You know what I'm saying? But Vince Carter and Al Iverson, bro, it was dogs too.
As his career highlights played on giant screens behind her, it was a proper send-off, worthy of a star that was Michael Jordan. In the game itself, MJ didn't shoot it particularly well, but he did score 20 points, and most importantly, hit a tough fall-away jumper over Shawn Marion to give the East the lead with less than 5 seconds to play. It appeared to be a game winner, but the West scored again and prevailed in overtime. Still, Jordan proved that he still belongs with the best players in the world, at least for one game, even though it was clear he wasn't the best anymore. A mediocre dessert to a great meal. If you want a recap of Jordan's time with the Wizards, you'll get different answers depending on who you ask. Jerry Stackhouse said that he wished he had never played in Washington because everything was still going through Michael Jordan. Even though
I ain't gonna lie, same here. I feel like if he would have went to another team, because obviously the Wizards was probably the worst team in the NBA at that time. So I mean, any team that he probably would have went to probably would have been a better option for him. But stated early in the video, he was the president of the Wizards. So I mean, he just took his opportunity and went with it.
it was obvious he wasn't the same player anymore. Kwame Brown was miserable during Jordan's years there, and his career would have certainly been better if he didn't play with MJ as a 19-year-old. The Wizards owner Abe Pollin wasn't thrilled with Jordan either, and he relieved him of his GM duties shortly after the last season of Jordan as a player. If we compare Jordan's last years to some of the other NBA greats, we'll see some similarities. The greatest players who ever did it, if they took care of their bodies, were still extremely effective at an advanced age. Tim Duncan was named to the All-NBA and All-Defensive team in 2015 at the age of 39. Kareem made the first team All-NBA in '86, also age 39, and he averaged 26 points in the playoffs that year. Karl Malone averaged 28 and 5 at the age of 39, so it's not unusual that Jordan was still able to play. But maybe the best quote about Jordan's Wizards years came from his agent.
Wait, did he miss that dunk? I'm listening too much. Did he? Hold on.
Still able to play. But maybe the best quote about Jordan's Wizards years came from his agent, David Falk. I just don't think it was a good dessert to a great meal. In the words of De La Soul, Mike was certified hot, and then he dropped to lukewarm. However, that last 2 years...
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's about that time, bro. He's 40. What more do you expect? What more do you want? I mean, he tried. I mean, he was, in my eyes, he was pretty successful at it. I mean, he still dropped his points. I mean, of course, it wasn't efficient enough, but he still did what he was used to doing. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't affect his legacy. And the unathletic Jordan, who had to pump fake 3 times to get a separation for a shot, was soon forgotten. People like to remember the good things, and the lasting image of Jordan will always be that shot over Russell and celebrating his 6th title with a cigar in his mouth.
What y'all think, man? What y'all think? Comment down below how y'all feel about the Wizards Jordan, bro. To me, I feel like he don't regret it. I feel like it was a good run for him. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely a good run for him. He had fun, you know. But let me know how y'all feel. Let me know how y'all feel. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Comment what y'all want to see. Man, we on the road to 1,000 subscribers, bro. Let's get to it. Get to it. On to the next video.